there, my favorite adventure friends. How excited are you today? It's your favorite reading friend, Captain Nella, and I know that you're quite excited to see what new you will learn today as we soar the literacy skies. Our adventure today will take us somewhere new and interesting. So get ready to read, enjoy, and discover a new letter and words. But before we go on, we must recap what we looked at on our last episode. We looked at the letter A. Can you remember that? Can you remember anything that we said was special about letter A? Remember, we learned that letter A is the first letter in the alphabet. We also learned that letter A is special because it has two sounds. Letter A has a long sound and it has a short sound. Can you remember the long sound of letter A? Yes, it says A. A as in aeroplane. And the short sound says A. A as in apple. Let's look at a few other words with the sound of long A. We have ape, angel, and apron. For the short A, it says A. We have arrow, axe, and avocado. So there you had it. We did letter A on our last episode. Today, we are going to be looking at our big, bold letter B. Can you say B? Now, letter B is the second letter in the alphabet. So after A comes B. Letter B in the alphabet is known as a consonant. And it has one sound. Now, we will look at that just now. But do you know any words with letter B? We have B as in ball, B as in boy, and B as in banana. Let's go those again. B as in ball, B begins the word boy, and letter B is at the beginning of the word banana. Do you know what sound letter B makes? B makes the sound B, 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 as in ball, B, as in boy, B, as in banana. Now, boys and girls, do you have your books and your pencils? Now, there is something else I want you to know before we practice to write our letter for today. Letter B can either be in uppercase or capital letter, or it could be in lowercase, or we say the common letter. So we have capital B and we have the common B. Remember, we could also say uppercase and lowercase. Are you ready to practice writing your letter B? Let's try writing the uppercase B first. So take your pencil and your book, look carefully at how the letter is being written, and then you try it on your own. Let's go. Did you try that? Great job. Now let's try writing the lowercase b. Look carefully at how the lowercase b is being written, and then you will try it. Did you do that? Perfect. Now you know how to write uppercase or capital B, and you also know how to write the lowercase or common b. It's time for our story. So sit back, listen, and enjoy as I read you this story. But what I want you to do as I read, I want you to listen to the story and try to identify some of the words that begin with B, or where you hear the B sound. Listen carefully. Today our story is The Bear and the Bee. The Bear and the Bee. Boo is a small bear. He was playing with a balloon when he heard a sound. Boo followed the sound until he found a small bee. It was flying around the flowers, making a buzzing sound. Do you know how to make a buzzing sound? That's the sound the bee made. The bee was gathering the nectar from the flowers to make honey. Do you know what honey is? Yes, honey is something very sweet that the bees would make from the flowers. Boo loves bees. They give him sweet honey. Did you enjoy that story? Remember, the story was The Bear and the Bee. Can you remember the name of the bear? Did you listen for words that has the B at the beginning or the B sound at the beginning? If you were listening and following the story on the screen, you would have seen the words boo. You would have seen the word bear, balloon, bee. Remember the sound that the bee makes? Buzzing, buzzing. Yes, so we had words like boo, we had bear, we had balloon, bee, and buzzing. All those words began with the letter B. Now it's time for some adventures around your house. But before you get up from your chair, I want you to do this activity with me. Let's look at these objects and identify the ones that start with the letter B. Now first, we will try to name all the objects that you could see, and then you will only select those that begin with letter B. Do you know what these objects are? Let's try to name them. We have bucket. Bucket. Remember, you listen to hear if you hear the sound of B at the beginning of the name of that object. We have flag, flag, bottle, bottle, apple, apple, backpack, backpack, bat, bat, and we have a cat. Do you see the cat? Now it's your turn to choose those pictures whose name begins with the letter B. So let's see how well you did on that activity. Did you identify the bucket? If you did, you're absolutely correct. Did you choose the bottle? Bottle does begin with the letter B. What about bat? Bat. B. Bat. And then we have backpack. Why didn't we choose the apple? If you were paying attention and if you remembered our last lesson, apple begins with the letter A, and you hear the sound A in front. We don't hear the B for the letter B. Would we choose the picture of the cat? Oh no, we wouldn't, because cat does not begin with B. You hear K, cat. Well, boys and girls, there we had our lesson for today, where we learned about our new letter B. Remember, B is the second letter in the alphabet. The letter B is used to spell words such as ball, boy, banana, bat, bucket, boo from our story, bear, balloon, bottle, and backpack. Those are just some of the words that we can identify that begin with letter B. But I am sure by now that you're thinking that you already know some other words that begin with the letter B. So I want you to look around your house, look around your room, and see if you could find anything else that begins with letter B. And every time you find something, you say the name and then you listen to hear if you hear that B sound at the beginning of the word. So my friends, that's all for now on this episode of Read. Join me next time, Captain Nella, as we continue to soar the literacy skies and read, enjoy, and discover something new every time we meet. So long for now.